Good evening. I'm Susan Castriota. I'm the inventor of the Cucina Safe All Glass vented cooking lids that I designed and patented to use in the microwave. And I invented these because I wanted to replace toxic, messy plastics that I had been using to cover my bowls. So I invented the Cucina Safe lid. And then I also invented the plate cover. So tonight, I'm just going to talk about corn because corn on the cob is so good right now. It's in season, and you know what? It's so easy to steam in the microwave using either the Cucina Safe lid or the cover and cook. And I'm going to tell you how to cook all kinds of corn, including popcorn, one of my favorites, in the microwave using all glass Cucina Safe lids and the cover and cook. So I even have a recipe that I made using some of the corn that I cooked in the microwave. Now these are my recipes. They're on cucinasafe.com under recipes, and by the end of this week I'm going to have 81 recipes listed in PDF file. So this recipe is actually a corn, kidney bean, lime, cilantro, and mint salad. And I got to use, oh, and there's avocados in there too. I got to use some of my fresh cilantro and mint from my garden, and then just make a really nice lime vinaigrette. It is so good. It's so refreshing for the summer right now. So this is one of my recipes that I have on my website, cucinasafe.com. Okay, so let's get started on some of the corn, and I even snuck in a sweet potato here too. So first of all, I've got the 8-inch Cucina Safe lid on Amazon, and this would be sold as the single, and it's sold packaged as a single lid. Now this lid can fit on most bowls, mugs, and even pots and pans, even something like this. Because you can also use this lid on the stove top to cover your pot, you know, if you're reheating some soup or some sauce, and the vent allows for venting of the steam. So the first thing I'm going to show you is my frozen corn. I mean, in a pinch, if you can't get to the store or if the cob is not in season, go with the frozen. I always have frozen veggies in my freezer. Now, take a look at this. You can see, I just took these out of the microwave. There's steam coming up because the steam, these are little glass steamers. The steam cooks your food. And when you cook vegetables in the microwave, you retain your valuable vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you really do want to preserve when you're eating vegetables and cooking vegetables, because you use less water, less cooking time when you use the microwave and the Cucina Safe steaming lids. So now we've got, this was just some frozen corn. I added a little bit of water, and I cooked this for about 4.5 minutes. So 4 minutes to 5 minutes is kind of the going thing with all of the corn. And really it depends on your microwave wattage too. So this is steamed corn that was frozen, okay? Now, we're going to go to another way that I like to get fresh corn on the cob, that it's already husked, like this. Now, I invented the cover and cook as a plate cover because people said, oh, I love the Cucina Safe lid that covers bowls, but what do you have to cover a plate? So I invented this plate cover. The venting is right down here, and as you can see, all this moisture is raining back onto the food, so it keeps everything really nice and moist. Nothing dries out in the microwave when you're using Cucina Safe glass. And flip it over, it's a 2-quart baking dish for either the microwave or the oven up to 450 degrees, so it's a 2-in-1 product. Now, this, I probably cooked these for 5 minutes. Because they just seemed like the kernels were just a little bit thicker. I added a little bit of water. Now, isn't this a great idea? You don't have to boil a big pot of water anymore. Wait for the water to boil, then put the corn in there, and then it boils. No, this is a healthier way of cooking, a quicker way of cooking. You are steaming your corn with the cover and cook. Once again, recipes are on cucinasafe.com. Now, this is another way to get your corn. And as you can see, that's a lot of steam that builds up and kind of helps to cook the vegetables, because that steam stays under the dome but releases just a little bit in the vent, just so it doesn't pile up in there. So now what I do with the corn on the cob, I just cut this part off, and then I break this part, and then I can usually fit probably 2 to 3 on a plate. I add a little bit of water, and then these cooked for 4 minutes, and they're absolutely perfect. And you know what, the nice thing about this, a friend of mine was telling me she does corn pretty much every day right now in the summer using the cover and cook, and she said the thing that she noticed is the corn actually stays heated longer once you take it out of the microwave and you let it sit under the cover and cook. So it just keeps it warmer. And, you know, so it's like ready to go when you're ready to eat. So that's another way of doing corn on the cob. Now, I'm going to talk about my very favorite thing with my snacks, and I have so many recipes on cucinasafe.com with popcorn and chocolate and M&Ms and peanuts and all kinds of things. So I love to do popcorn. It's a great snack. But what I don't like these bags of popcorn that are filled with chemicals. Not only the bag, but the inside kernels are just laden with chemicals. You don't even know what is on them. So I do not like to use these anymore. I get my big cooking glass vessel. I put a little bit of cooking spray on the bottom or a little bit of olive oil, and then I put a half of a cup of kernels, and a half of a cup makes 8 cups of kernels popcorn with very few kernels. And then I just put the lid on top, put it in the microwave. Now, these are splatter shields too. I mean, could you imagine doing popcorn in the microwave without a cover? You would have popcorn all over the place. So I put this in the microwave, I cook it for 4 minutes. I immediately take the top off because I don't want that moisture that typically you do want on your food. I don't want it on my popcorn. So I take it off right away, and then make sure you use an oven mitt, like one of the Cucina Safe oven mitts. Take it out of the microwave because it's going to be hot, and you've got your nice snack of popcorn. You can add butter, salt, cheese, whatever. So let me talk about why I invented the Cucina Safe products. I did not like using plastics in the microwave, and I definitely did not like using this, and I did use this. These warp, they harbor bacteria and viruses that you can't get out, and they just get dirty and smelly. So these are no good for microwave cooking. You really don't want plastics, heated plastics, touching your food. So that's why I invented and patented the all glass made out of borosilicate glass. This is an industrial grade glass. Borosilicate glass, Cucina Safe lid, the 8-inch, which is on Amazon, and it's vented right here, and it fits many size bowls. So you just flip it over and it'll fit a lot of size bowls. That's a great thing about it. And the cover and cook, which is the plate cover that's vented right here where these, the wave is. Then you flip it over, and it's a 2-quart baking dish. You can do your quiche, your pies, whatever, in the oven up to 450 degrees. This is a very strong borosilicate glass. It's an industrial grade, and it's heirloom quality. This is the same glass that, my mother used back in the 1960s. This was from my grandmother in the 1960s. These glass recipes, it's the same exact glass, almost the same exact glass. So, and I also want to tell you, I love to do sweet potatoes too. If you've seen my usual live streams I do on Amazon, I love to do sweet potatoes. Sweet potato, you can cook either on a plate with the cover and cook, or if you just have the 8-inch lid or the 9-inch lid, you can just put your potato in a bowl. I did not add water. So look at all this moisture. That is actually moisture from the potato. Now you've got this beautifully cooked potato, 10 minutes in the microwave. I just pierce it, put the lid on top, and it keeps it nice and moist, and it's a really, really great tasting potato. So, I'm just going to end the show with showing you once again my recipe from cucinasafe.com. If you want to download over 80 recipes that most of them are my recipes, and they all are made with using either the Cucina Safe lid or the Cover and Cook. So this is one of my dishes that is really a great healthy summer meal. It's got avocados and corn and cilantro and mint. It is absolutely a delicious meal for the summer, or any time for that matter. So once again, I'm Susan Castriota, inventor of the Cucina Safe all glass vented lids. They're on Amazon. Check them out. And thanks so much for joining me, and have a great week.